Find product links below and hundreds more videos on my channel.
Hi guys, so what I want to show you today is this really cool, really big softbox from eBay, and it's really something that's quite versatile and quite something I would recommend for a lot of situations, both studio and outside of a studio if you need to take this on location. And it's a really big softbox. It's almost the size of a door, so from there to there in width, it's the size of a door. It's 70 centimeters, and almost the length of a door. So it's 140 in length, and it can go into this when you fold it up, and it stays quite thin like that. So it's about the size of a tripod bag, but really thin, and half of it actually remains empty. It's just that length, just for the rods that keep this thing up. And the quality of this thing is really, really good. The rods are some of the thickest I've seen on something like this, on a softbox. The rest of the softbox is built really well. Doesn't feel like it's going to rip or anything like that. So yeah, I like that. I like the quality of this. And if I look inside, then you can see there's a tungsten bulb in there. I think it's about 500 watts, and it is quite a hot bulb, but this softbox handles that really well. And then we have two clear diffusers. We have the outside one and then the inside one, which helps eliminate any sort of hot spot in the middle of the softbox. And it does a really nice job of that. There's a very, very slight hot spot, but it'll make basically no difference in light quality. You know, compared to if it was an absolutely perfect white. So, as in like a perfect, you know, from top to bottom. By the way, you don't have to use something this powerful with this light. I used an LED, a tiny little LED panel, 200 LED panel, and that's actually only as powerful as these Yongnuos, these 160s. And that was actually great. It worked. You know, it was enough to actually give a usable light. And I did have to bump up the ISO a little bit, so it wasn't like massively strong like this, but it is something that's usable with LEDs. If you need to take this out with that way, you don't have a power source, but you want a really soft light, then that's you know, a very usable thing with LEDs. Now the ring that comes with this, it's a standard fit mount. Not sure exactly what the name is, but this is basically the standard for these this sort of thing. So you can get adapters to basically anything. So you can get an L bracket which connects to this, and it's about £12, and that will allow you to use, you know, these little Yongnuos or whatever LED or whatever flash. If you want to use a photography flash, that's great. And now the reason that you would want a light like this is either if you need a really, really soft light, but not necessarily that, is sometimes you would need a light that's soft but from really far away. A few days ago on a shoot with a band called the Jive Aces, I needed to light up about 5 people in one shot, and I wanted a soft light as the key light, but you know, I couldn't get the light really close in because if I did, it would either get in the shot or I would have some of the people lit up a lot brighter than the others. So I had to bring the light back so I'd get a more even light on all the people together. And then what that means is I used a really big soft light, about the size of this. It was actually a reflector that I used because I didn't have this with me, and it wasn't my reflector. But unfortunately that reflector is actually more expensive than this. This is around a £50 price point, and that reflector was actually more than this. So so this is still, you know, a really great option if you need something this big. I don't know of anything else this big that's inexpensive, you know, that's at this sort of price range. There's maybe some other stuff, but you know, if you guys have recommendations, feel free to post. But this is something I've been really happy with the quality. You know, it does feel like something that will hold up to a lot of use, and yeah, you know, I really like it, and it doesn't need to, it's actually really quite lightweight, so, you know, I can take this, and even with the light stand, I can just lift the whole thing off the ground and squash my cat slightly. There we go, hold on. So as you can see, the whole thing's, you know, really light, and I can just lift it up. And so if you wanted to, you could actually have an assistant or something just hold this in the air if needed. I mean, they probably couldn't hold it for hours, but if you need to, you know, sort of maybe run a gun sort of thing, or maybe for a wedding, if you've got an assistant with a light and you want a really soft light, then this is a great option. It is quite lightweight, and you just need that adapter, and then you could just hold it from the adapter and just run around with it. So I really like that. I really like that it's light, and then there's no issues of it wanting to pull the light stand over, you know, unless I push it. But you know, it really is quite nicely balanced because it is quite lightweight. And the only weight that it has is a tiny bit of weight on this metal part here, and because that's close to the center, it's not trying to push it, you know, down. So yeah, overall, I really like this thing. Definitely recommended. Definitely something that I would use in a studio. On location, I would use this if I needed to, but generally on location, I try and take umbrellas or something that's you know, just quick to set up and just a little bit more simple setup wise. But you know, if needed, then I'd take this on location too. You know, so yeah, it's a really great item to have. I think something that really adds to the quality that you can give to a scene. So hope this was useful. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.